Hey, good morning, guys. This is Richard from Salon Coaching. I just want to apologize. Richard. I've been a bit quiet lately. I'm not sure if you realize that I haven't as many posts as I normally do. And I've been flat out, Jack, busy, busy, busy. And the reason for that is a lot of my things I'm doing for the clients, it's just quite time consuming in general. So what I thought today, I had a meeting last night with a bunch of my salon owners that were clients of mine. And I went through this with them, and so I thought it'd be really nice to try and share this with you today. Just to let you know that without clients, you're nothing. Like you are zero. You can open the door, you can have a 50,000 fit out inside, but if you don't look after them clients, you literally have got nothing at all. So I wanted to go through this. Like as a minimum, as a salon owner, you need to know how many number of clients a year and a month you do, how many number of clients per stylist you do, how many number of clients per year and per month that are new, and where they come from. You need to know this. This is so important. If you don't know this, you need to know this. How many rebooks, what's your retention rate, and what's the average spend? This is at a minimum, and I'm going to tell you why this is. This is going to be like a roadmap for where you are. Now, when you get to know these, there's nothing you can do, I don't believe. It just feels like you're walking in quicksand or you're walking in mud if you're trying to change your salon overnight. It really is quite hard to do. So you've got to get that big picture of what you've got, and you have to break it down into small biteable amounts. You just have to do that. So how you get this figure is once you get these numbers of your big salon, what you need to do is break it down into your small subsections, which is your staff. And then what you got to do, so if you've got 5 staff, for example, and 3 are running okay, their figures are all healthy, and 2 are not. The 3 need motivation and education and tell them they're doing good and keep them on the same track. And the 2 need a helping hand to lift them up. So you got to know who your weakest links are, where you spend your time to get everyone on the same page. So you start hitting your figures. If you're turning over around 400,000 a year, you're going to have a few staff members that make up that 400,000. The minimum would be 100,000 a year for 4 staff, but ideally we'd want more than that. So we have to tweak these numbers. So once you get these big picture numbers, we tweak them at the lower level, which is at the staff level. So for example, how to get your salon rebooks up, you would individually train each member of staff. You'd build the script for them to use, and you would teach them and role play and help them and observe and see what's going on and see what results you get. And that's how you tweak them. So if you tweak all these 4 or 5 staff members, you're actually tweaking the big picture. But it's so hard to tweak the big picture to get your salon rebooks up without going to that lower level. So you need to have this as a minimum, just so you know how you can build your training modules, how you can build your year, how you are going to grow. Secondly, what you need to know is how are you going to get clients in the door? How are they going to come in? Because the thing is, I don't care what salon you own, you can own the biggest and best salon in Australia or in the world. You will lose clients no matter what. You have not got every single client that walked through your door you've captured. I dare anybody. In fact, I'll run naked down the street if you can show me that every single client that you have got has never ever left you ever, because we all lose clients no matter how good or how bad we are. So we need a steady flow of clients all the time. And if you do not have a plan, you need to get one. You need to figure out what works and what doesn't work. That's what you need to track, where your clients are coming from. What doesn't work, you dump. What does work, you do more of. It's as easy as that. That's working smarter. You know, that we can spend less money to attract clients and keep them, then that's the way to go. So what you need to do is get this huge funnel and chuck all your ideal clients in. Now I say ideal clients because if you did a leaflet drop in your area and you delivered 1,000 leaflets, the response rate is 0.01. It really is. You're lucky if you get one back in 1,000, because most of that 1,000 aren't your ideal clients. They're not meant to serve you, and you're not meant to serve them. They don't like what you do, or they're not part of what you do. So, but if you could deliver 1,000 leaflets to 1,000 houses that loved you and you were meant to serve them, you'd probably get a good, 600, 700 clients. So if you can narrow down who you are meant to serve and which clients out there, what are they looking for? What words are they looking for? If you can master that, it makes advertising for clients really quite cheap. And that is really one thing you should do as a base foundation to getting clients in. You then need to figure out where these people hang out and where they go to? What do they want to fix? What are they leaving there with the salons? These are the questions that you need to know. These are just quite basics through here. And once you master all that, you set a program out to get more clients in. And we're going to stop just there on clients. And I want to talk about this timeline that I have here. And then I'm going to come back to clients in a second. So we're going to take a salon, an average salon, nothing super duper. They're doing 400,000 a year. So what we want to do really well this year. So I estimated we're going to do around 450, 470. That's what we're aiming for. So a big one. So what we did here is reverse engineer it backwards, which is pretty a unique word that everyone's using at the moment. But reverse, I've been doing this for many years now. So what we do is we find out where we want to be in the future, and then we take steps back, step by step, and that's what you need to do. So over here, this is, if you can imagine, 470,000, and if you are going to get this figure without employing more staff, you're just going to start working a bit more smarter. You're going to probably sit there with at least 50,000 extra this time next year. So when I speak to you this time next year, so the end of financial year 2017, and I say to you, how are you doing this year? And you go, yeah, we've had a tough year. This is why you need to act now. We're going to get close to July 1. For most of you, it's halfway through the year. All you in Oz, it's a brand spanking new year. Just had Expo. Should be pumped and excited. Let's get this going. So we're looking for a 70,000 increase. How are we going to do that? Because I don't have any magic powder for you, and you don't have any magic powder to actually get that amount. We have to get it, and we have to set a program. So this really is like a roadmap. So this is our destination. This time next year, I want to go to England. So that's almost what that is. This time next year, I want 70,000 more. See, it's where we're going to get there. And then we have to work back. We have to track all the way back to the beginning to find out, where am I now? So I'm standing here in Wombe, and in a year's time, I'm going to get on a plane, fly to Europe, do the trip around Europe, and come back home. So there's a journey and a thing going on. So, for example, we are at 470,000. Now, I estimated that we need, if we do for the first 90 days, we have a 5% increase. So that means we're working backwards from here. We're doing an 8%, a 7%, a 5%, and exactly where we are now. So at the end of this financial year, if you've got 400,000, that's where we are. And then we track the map as our destination. This is going to be our sat nav. Now, the one thing here that makes this a bit more unique than anything else that's out there is the fact is that if you don't make it, you've got to make it up. Now, what I mean by that is that your goal as you stand now is for each month. So I'm going to put the months in here. So month 1, if you can just get to see that, and that's month 2. So month 1, month 2, and month 3 is our 90 days through there. You need to do $2,000 more in the entire month. We worked that out to be $100 a day. So you've got to ask yourself, when you collected these numbers and you collate them together, how can you get $100 a day? That's what you need to get. So for most people, that's a client. So you probably need 5 clients for the week, and that'll give you your 2,000 for the month that your target that's going to be. So how are you going to get that one client? They're not just going to come in because they don't even know you exist yet. They've got up this morning. What time is it now? 25 past 7. They're probably brushing their teeth. They're going to walk their dogs and going to go on about their business. And somewhere between now and they come home to eat their evening meal, you are going to have to pop up somewhere on the internet, on Facebook, on social media, or literally into their workspace or whatever it may be with a leaflet. You're going to have to create some noise so they know you exist. And if they're really annoyed with their salon, they're looking for what you offer, then hey, you know what? That's really quite good. So that's one way of getting a whole new client in. I mean, we can get into the nitty gritty, but that's not the point. Also, the clients you've got, work out the gap between each week they come in. If you squeeze them in, remember there's only 3 ways to make more money here. More clients, which is what I say, you're going to have to attract them. More spend. Are you going to work on that $100 by thinking, okay, we do 6 clients a day. If we get them all just to spend maybe, I don't know, $18 more, we might really get to that 100. Working harder, that's working with your staff. That's smart work there. Or more visits, introduce more service and get them in. But your plan of action is in 90 days. So when we talk in 90 days, if we started this July 1, when we get to the end of September, you should have taken 105,000, a 35,000 month instead of a 33,000 month. It's not a lot. It's just a small bit. And the difference is if you haven't got to 105 by then, and you're now here, so that's going to be month 1, month 2, month 3, that's going to be month 4, and that's going to be month 5, and this will be month 6, the 6-month mark. What happens is you've got to do catch up, which means if you're behind on your tracking, if you're behind and you're not hitting your numbers, what you have to do is you have to do more advertising or do more training, do more work with your staff. You have this beautiful goal that you're after. And if you keep yourself on track, every month you'll have a plan of what you're going to do to try and reach that goal. So, for example, month 1, you might end up at saying, I'm going to teach the staff rebooking. For the whole month, we're just going to go over and over rebooking. That's going to snowball for the whole year, by the way. Let's say month 2, we're going to talk about something different. We're going to try and get all our lost clients back. So we're going to aim at all our lost clients. By month 3, we're going to start doing advertising. We're going to advertise on Facebook. We're going to boost posts. We're going to do Instagram. We're going to do Pinterest. We're going to start building a momentum of this snowball to grow. Because once we get to here, you're going to hopefully have 105 or more. Now, don't slack off here because we have another one. We've increased it by another 2%. So now we want a 7% increase through here, which means you now need an extra 135 a day. But you know you can do it because you've just done the 100 a day. So now you've got to squeeze a bit more. You may have spent an awful lot of time squeezing your clients to spend more, so you want to ease off and get fresh blood in the salon. 135 a day, I mean, it's not that hard to do, really. It isn't. If you're doing around 10,000, 1,000 a day between all of you, it's not that big a thing. So what we need to do is just do that a little bit more squeeze, tweak the numbers a bit more. You know the numbers because you've collected them right at the beginning, so you know which staff members need the work. You know which staff members, where your clients are coming from. You should by now, in a quarter, in 3 months, know which ads work, which one turns the tap on and lets the clients come in. And then how do we improve our client journey so we lose less? That's the key. How do we lose less clients? So you want them all coming in and lose less. You are going to grow. And that's your track. So literally by month 6, this is how much money you need to take. 217,350. You're walking at 37,000 half per month. That's where we're at. We're at, 217. Are you there? Have you made it yet? I don't know whether we're there. We shall see. And then we move along, and the next 90 days is here. And now that's another 149 a day. It's only small amounts that make the difference. Like, what do you want? And then, of course, when you get to the end, so literally around now, if you could possibly message me, kick me, do what you need to do and go, hey, Rich, 2017, it's a year away. I made it. We did it. It's hard work. I stayed to my tracking. Each month I had a plan and I got there. And that really is the way to grow your salon. Nice and easy. A reverse engineer a timeline, get your figures in and have a track. Know where you need to go. I know literally in 90 days, that's how much money I need to know that I'm on track to hit this figure. If I'm below this amount, what numbers are not working? How did I not reach my 100 a day extra? Why did I not reach it extra a day? Look at your numbers. They'll tell you a story, and then you, as the owner, has to work and tweak and get that through. This is reverse engineering. It's a big job when you've got big salons or multiple salons that we do this for, and it's a bit more in depth when we do it for our clients, but I thought I'd do a really rough idea for you through there. It has to have stepping stones and milestones as we go along so you know that you're doing good, and if you're not, how you tweak it or when you don't tweak it. It's really, really important. There's a few things that let me know that I noticed about being a salon owner. You might resonate this quite well, I'm not too sure. We have the ebb and flow of a salon owner. Now let me tell you what happens fast. Bills come. They come fast and furious. They do. They come big, like a big tidal wave. Bills. Staff, ebb and flow. You just train them. You just get it right and they go and you've got to start all over again. One of them things that we have to deal with. So fast, bills. Fast. Clients come and go. It's a transient business nowadays. That's the way it is. Clients, slow. It's slow to build that momentum as it goes through. So we have this ebb and flow that's working against us in the opposite direction what we're meant to be going. We want clients to come fast and we want bills to come slow. But you know what happens? To change the takings, it's a slow process. To find fresh blood and new clients, it's a slow process. To find a really good client, a good staff member now, it's a slow process. Bills, they come fast. Lose clients, they come fast. So what we need is some sort of plan to know that you are on track and you're doing well. What people tend to do is go, I want to earn X amount next year and just go for it. They get to the first 90 days and they're nowhere near. They don't know how to catch up. So what this is, if we keep the numbers correctly, and if you don't know the numbers, give me a nudge. But you need to know your numbers. You need to know what I can tweak. Picture it as a dashboard with all these little knobs through here, and each knob will interact with your big amount that you want to get. How can I tweak these numbers? How can I do that? How can I tweak them so I can work with less harder with each individual client, but start working a bit smarter? How can I get my staff to work smarter? Like, as a leader, it's your job to make sure you're growing. And you know what? This is the amazing thing. Next year, once you've mastered this, you go over here and your starting point is 470. And then over here, you're probably aiming for 560. And you just do the same thing again. And you tweak it and you work it. And by this time, you've got some history. You know what ads work. You know what actually reacts to people out there. You almost know when you put an advert out how many numbers are going to pick that phone up and call you. And if you know that, wow, it's just like you are the person who can turn the tap on and turn it off. You foresee how you go. Most people just get this number of 470 and just break it up to 3 figures. That's not the way to go. It should be, I should be on 107. And on the fourth one here, you should be on 105, sorry, plus 27. You know where you're at. You should see your bank account grow. It's not just numbers. These numbers mean something to you. So learn how to do it. Also, last thing now, just last little bit on marketing, just so you let you know, I don't know much about marketing, so you'll probably know that in a minute. The olden days, we used to have a newspaper or magazine, or we used to have the radio or the TV, and we used to spend a bit of money to get our name out there. A newspaper was like $300. What we do now with Facebook, by the way, which is Facebook is still working, it works really well, is you get to put a post out, and if people like it, you'll know, people react to it, you boost it, and then it goes out to everybody else. But you need to know who. This is the number one thing that you should be working for: money. You need to keep that, or your business will starve. And if it starves, it closes down. And then you want that money to come in so the culture gets bigger. The more money you've got, let's be honest, the more money you've got, how would you like to have took all your team to Expo and just had a great night? Spent 15 grand, 20 grand, quite easily. You still got some money left. It's part of your training program. As a thank you for hitting these goals, you've got to reward them and give them something. You either do weekly targets or you can do one big mother at the end. It's up to you. Anyway, that's enough for me ranting on a Wednesday morning. Just to let you know, that's what we do. It's strange, isn't it? Hey, reverse engineering. Find out where you want to go and break it all down, each one to each, almost a daily amount. You can work out daily if you really want to, if you really want to go through that. But you've got to know these things here. You've got to know what numbers reflect this. What numbers do I need? What knobs do I need just to turn just a little bit? Don't crank it up, just a little bit, a tweak here, and then come back and tweak it again. And if you tweak that all the way through here, you know what? 70 grand. If I said to you now, hey, who wants 70 grand? You'd all say yes and snap my hand off. So there you go. One more thing while we're here, by the way, if you don't know this or not, I'm just going to give you one little thing where this boost is. If you, just in case, I don't know. That's me, Richard at iSalonCoaching.com. Drop me an email. Say hi. Tell me you like the video. We do a lot of work through here, and I'm thinking, no one likes what I do. And then I get lots of people talk to me. So, hey, you know what? Give me some love. Give me a share. Give me a like on this video, and I'll know you're there. Otherwise, I just feel like I'm wasting my time. I'm just trying to get you guys to the end. All right, cool. Have a cracking day. I'm away tomorrow. I'm going to go on holiday. Yeah, so hopefully you're having to go back to work on a big day today. Got a lot of lesson plans I've got to build. Awesome. Keep it cool.